For over 2 centuries, people have been digging into a small island off the coast of Nova Scotia, chasing whispers of treasure, secrets, and curses. An island that has taken fortunes, lives, and sanity, yet still refuses to give up its mystery. This is the story of Oak Island, the world's longest treasure hunt, and possibly the most cursed piece of land on Earth. Oak Island looks ordinary enough, just a small patch of forest and coastline in Mahone Bay, Canada. But beneath its quiet surface lies one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in human history. It all began in 1795 when a young man named Daniel McGinnis noticed something strange on the island, an area of flattened ground and a large oak tree with a block and tackle hanging from one of its branches. It looked like the remains of some kind of old work site or a hidden pit. Curious, McGinnis and 2 friends began to dig. Just a few feet down, they found a layer of stone. Beneath that, wooden planks. They kept digging. At 10 feet, another layer of oak planks. At 20 feet, another. And at 30 feet, another. It was like descending into an underground staircase built by someone centuries ago. The boys eventually gave up. They were just teenagers, after all. But their discovery spread fast. Soon, treasure hunters from all over Nova Scotia came to Oak Island, convinced that something priceless was buried deep below. By the early 1800s, professional treasure hunters took over. They named the site the Money Pit because everyone believed a fortune lay beneath it. They dug deeper, 40, 50, 60 feet down, and every 10 feet they hit another perfectly laid wooden platform. It was as if someone had intentionally hidden something and didn't want anyone to reach it. At around 90 feet, workers claimed to find a mysterious stone slab carved with strange symbols. No one could translate them at the time. But a later translation allegedly read, 40 feet below. 2 million pounds are buried. But before they could reach that final depth, the pit flooded with seawater. Suddenly, the hole filled faster than they could bail it out. It was as if an underwater trap had been triggered. Every attempt to drain it failed. Years later, explorers discovered man-made tunnels connecting the pit to the ocean, built like a booby trap to flood the chamber whenever anyone dug too deep. Whoever built this didn't just bury something. They engineered a defense system to protect it. Over the next 2 centuries, Oak Island became a magnet for dreamers, adventurers, and millionaires. Dozens of expeditions have dug there, using everything from shovels to dynamite to advanced drilling rigs. Each generation finds something, but never the full truth. Coins from the 1600s. Wooden tunnels deeper than humanly possible for the time. Strange stones with carvings in unknown languages. And even fragments of parchment with ink, preserved underground for centuries. But still, no treasure. So what could possibly be hidden there? That's where the theories begin, and they range from fascinating to unbelievable. Some believe it's the buried fortune of Captain Kidd, the infamous pirate who supposedly left millions in stolen gold along the Atlantic coast. Others claim it's a cache of Templar treasure smuggled from Europe during the Crusades, perhaps even the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. A few even suggest that it could be the lost manuscripts of William Shakespeare, hidden to protect the identity of the real author behind his plays. Whatever the truth is, Oak Island seems designed to guard it forever. With each new expedition came new hope and new tragedy. In 1861, an explosion killed one of the workers. In 1897, a man named Maynard Kaiser fell into the pit and died. In 1959, another searcher, Robert Restel, his son, and 2 workers were overcome by toxic fumes in one of the tunnels. All 4 died instantly. To this day, 6 people are said to have died trying to uncover Oak Island's secret. And according to local legend, 7 must die before the treasure is finally revealed. That legend became known as the Curse of Oak Island. In the 1960s, a new group of explorers, including a geologist named Dan Blankenship, brought technology and determination to the hunt. Blankenship spent more than 50 years searching Oak Island. He discovered a massive underground shaft filled with wooden structures, strange stones, and metallic fragments. At one point, he lowered a camera into a flooded tunnel and claimed to see chests, tools, and even human bones. But the footage was blurry, the artifacts unreachable, and the mystery only deepened. Then, in the early 2000s, two brothers, Rick and Marty Lagina, bought part of the island and reignited the hunt. Their adventures became the hit TV series The Curse of Oak Island on the History Channel, which has now run for more than a decade. Using modern technology like ground-penetrating radar, seismic scans, and underwater drones, the Lagina brothers have uncovered more clues than anyone before them. Ancient coins, iron crosses linked to the Templars, wooden tunnels stretching beyond belief, and fragments of gold and silver in the soil. Yet, the core treasure remains untouched. What's buried on Oak Island? Let's look closer at the three most famous theories. 1. The pirate treasure theory. Pirates like Captain Kidd or Blackbeard were known to bury loot across the Atlantic. Blackbeard even said before his death, "I have hidden my treasure where none but Satan and I can find it." But the engineering of the Epsy pit, with flood tunnels and complex layers, seems too advanced for pirates. 2. The Templar connection. Some believe the Knights Templar, after being persecuted in the 1300s, fled Europe with their sacred relics, possibly including the Holy Grail, and buried them in the New World. Symbols found on Oak Island, including crosses and Masonic carvings, fueled that theory. 3. The Royal Archives theory. Another idea claims that Oak Island hides secret documents, perhaps the missing works of Shakespeare, or even evidence of royal conspiracies from Europe's elite families. Each theory has pieces of truth, but none fit perfectly. The strangest part of the Oak Island story, ISNT, what has been found? It's what has NT. Every time someone gets close, something stops them. Equipment fails, storms hit, flood tunnels open. Some call it coincidence. Others say the island itself is cursed, that those who disturb it awaken something ancient. Old Micmac legends from the area speak of spirits guarding sacred ground. Some treasure hunters have reported hearing whispers underground and seeing lights flicker in the woods late at night. Even skeptics admit Oak Island has a strange energy. Over 200 years, millions of dollars have been poured into Oak Island. Companies have gone bankrupt. Families have been torn apart. And yet, generation after generation keeps coming back. Why? Because the mystery is too powerful to let go. Oak Island isn't just a hole in the ground, it's a mirror reflecting the human obsession with the unknown. Every explorer believes they will be the one to finally solve it. And every failure only deepens the island's legend. Some historians believe Oak Island's treasure may never have existed at all, that the money pit was actually a natural sinkhole or a collapsed well mistaken for something greater. Others think early treasure hunters accidentally created the myth themselves when their stories mixed fact and fantasy. But then again, how do you explain the precise layers of wood, the carved stones, the metal artifacts dated centuries before the island was settled? Even skeptics have to admit something was buried there. And whoever did it went to incredible lengths to keep it hidden. Today, Oak Island remains one of the most studied plots of land in the world. The Lagina brothers and their team still dig every season, finding new artifacts and clues. Each discovery, no matter how small, keeps the story alive. Whether it's pirate gold, Templar relics, or something else entirely, the search itself has become the real treasure. Because Oak Island is more than just a mystery, it's a living legend, a symbol of humanity's endless hunger for discovery, and the price we're willing to pay for it. Maybe the treasure is gone. Maybe it never existed. Or maybe it's still there, waiting for the seventh soul to fall before it finally reveals its secret. After more than 200 years, Oak Island has claimed lives, fortunes, and dreams. But one thing is certain, its curse is still alive. Some secrets aren't meant to be found.